one. Hi, who are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff. There he is. All of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales in the San Gabriel Valley of Southern California. That guy out there is.
Rick Livy in the San Pasqual Valley of Southern California.
You know, I didn't even know there was a valley at the San Pasqual. I used to live in Rancho Penasquitos, not up the freeway from him, actually.
Yeah.
Years ago, back years ago. That's and Penasquitos is next door to Poway, so they're like facing each other. Uh, Rick and I, other than trying to GPS where we live, we're gonna try GPS this tequila. This is called Trece Colonias, and you know, I know it looks like a blanco, but it's not. It's a tequila joven. Um, and there are a couple of discrepancies in the labeling and the lot numbers that we have stamped on the back of the label. As you can see, Rick's lot number says March 18th, 2020. I don't know if that's and this one is the bottled number, and the series says August 12th, 2018. So I'm a little confused, but that's okay because we have no information on this one that they are actively seeking to get into the United States. We said that on the Blanco tequila. Look at that! Isn't that cool? The knob on this thing, the cork, and
You turn that into a belt buckle after.
yeah, what? That's nice. That is really very 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 nice work on that. And I think there's maybe only one or two companies in Mexico that actually does this. It is synthetic cork. We're going to pour it. We're going to taste it. Then we'll tell you what we think about it. And hopefully we'll be able to dissect some information on it. Ooh, hello. We do know as a joven, according to the rules and regs of the normas, a joven can be a blend of blanco with any of the aged expressions, from what I understand. I know that I believe General Gorostieta was a blend of blanco and a reposado. I think that was the joven we had last year in our 2020 Brands of Promise, and they were just award winners. It was delicious. This one, very clear, very bright, very similar to the Blanco. I don't, except there on your screen, Rick, it looks like there's a bit of just a hair of a tinge
Right.
of a tint.
Now, now I see that with the bottles side by side.
Let's see.
I'm not sure if you can tell here. I've got
maybe. Let me see. I've got the Blanco right here too. It's very subtle. I'm not sure if a joven is allowed to be filtered like a cristalino. I don't think that's the case. Yeah, it's not as bright looking. It's just it's just not as crystalline as the Blanco is, but the joven's not supposed to be. Although I will say that the joven we had last year had a bit more color to it. What are you getting out of this?
Well, it smells like an XA or a Cristalino, and I'm loving the nose.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, it's got those sweet barrel notes.
Yeah, it's almost like a French oak sweetness, I think. We don't know what they're using, how they age their tequilas. We don't. We're just going on what we smell. I like this because earlier in the week I was doing a tasting with Dave Dinius, and loved the Blanco, and then the Reposado had this additive sweetness that was not good, and it was kind of a downer. And this is more of the natural sweetness, like you said, barrel notes that you should be getting, not something that's artificially amplified to make it smell like you just dropped a bag of sugar and it went up your nose, like that kind of sweetness. That's yeah. I'll have to tell you off camera which tequila that was.
No, but these barrel notes is much more towards like the vanilla, caramel, and it's strange because in the blanco, we were really picking up like lemon zest and minerality from the water,
Right.
and so here where it's mixing with the well-aged barrel notes, I'm trying to decide if I'm picking out like a bitter chocolate or bitter coffee, or if that's just the lemon interacting with the sweeter barrel notes.
The one thing I will say, I just broke the seal off of this one. I had not tasted the other two iterations because, like I said, I didn't have them all together, and I'm even getting alcohol down in the center of this, which is okay. I'm all right with that, and it's almost like once it starts to bloom, the wood notes are evaporating, and now I'm getting more agave, more. Although the wood notes are there, they were really prominent though at the beginning, even when we popped.
Yeah.
Well, I say we dive in.
I want to dive in.
I'm anxious. Mm.
Oh, Mike's in heaven.
Oh my God. Wow. Excuse me. I'm so happy.
It's lovely. It has, the great characteristics from the Blanco are still there. We've got the nice minerality and, the pepper bloom on the back of the palate. Maybe not as much as in the Blanco. But then, with those aged barrel notes layered on top. Oh, it's lovely.
You know what?
So much fun.
You know what? I would take a Joven over a Cristalino any day.
Yeah.
You can accomplish the same thing with more character, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I know Cristalino's not an official category, but it's a thing. I think you can accomplish the same things or close to it with a Joven if it's well done versus a Cristalino. And the only other Cristalino that I really appreciated, and again, I had it with you, Rick, is Penta. Their Cristalino reminds me of this because as I understood it from Jose Aceves, the master distiller of Penta, that he had a particular method or formula that he had come up with to make a Cristalino without losing the character that you have, that you have to add back in with additives,
right.
or whatever, or age it in some.
But this retains the character of the Blanco as well.
Yeah.
That brightness, that bite that you lose after it's been in a barrel for so long, and then you run it through charcoal filters, and you can't get that back.
I loved how the wood notes and the agave notes played on my palate. That's why I was laughing, because it was like, wait, there's agave. No, wait, there's barrel. No, wait. And so you had to be in the moment and go, oh, I'm so happy, because it's real. There are, I've had enough additives in my thousands of videos that we've done together and and apart, that you just can tell when it's real and when it's not. And this is the real deal, man. I want to know. I wish I knew more about this brand. Number one, their Instagram gives us nothing. In fact, if you try to decipher where they're coming from, sometimes the pictures say one thing like fermentation, and then the caption talks about something completely different. They try to tell you that their Blanco's more cocktail forward, and I get that. I off camera, Rick and I went bananas with, anything you can do with a gin, lavender or spearmint or something, just muddle it and put a little soda in it, and you're good. You're good to go. But I wish I knew more. I'd like to know, number one, what they're aging their aged versions in, so that we know what they're using when they make the Joven. Who's their master distiller? Okay, because I know the distillery is a good distillery. It's $14.99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Casa Tequilera de Arandas, and I know that that's a preferred. Yeah, I know. Look at those legs and
Can
tears.
you see that constellation of?
Yeah. Look at that, but look at the body. You know, that was just it. We talked about that with the Blanco. That the Blanco was not complex, and that's okay. It was very one-sided, but there was a lot of mouthfeel. There was you said there was a lot of there was beefy. There was something substantial to it, and the substance is still there now with an added layer of whatever barrels they're using. I want to know what they're aging it in. I want to know. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe it's a French oak because of the notes you and I were getting on the nose. Yeah, and it's there again. You know, just when you think it goes away, it comes right back. It just keeps. And I'm using my Stasel Jarrito that I normally use for mezcal, so it's got a wider mouth surface. You know, Rick is using his tequila one that's got a taller chimney. Oh my gosh. And it's got the right amount of alcohol where it's not burning your nose hairs off or whatever. You know, it's just there to bring forth the notes. And man, I'm in love with this. And I thought Gerardo Gorostieta was the stuff, the stuff. But wow, this one, I want to know more. 13 Colonias, I'm knocking on your door. Tell me, please. I want to know. This is delightful. I wouldn't even mix this.
No.
It's
like, how, if you were to mix it, like, how would you mix it to not hide the character?
I think no.
Because it's so distinctive. Yeah, I don't think you should.
No, and you know the notes that we get on the rear of the palate that we were getting on the Blanco, just at the tail end. Now with the barrel characteristics, that becomes a little hotter. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Just a bit hotter but it's still rear of the palate. Oh man, I'm excited. I was so jazzed. You know, and I didn't know. Of course, I don't have the time to do these until sometimes right before we go on camera. This is spectacular. Who are these people, man? This is, if you watched our Blanco review, I read a little bit off the box. I guess the 13 Colonias has to do with the 13 neighborhoods, or called Colonias, the small boroughs, I guess, the 13 boroughs, kind of like New York, you know, that were surrounding, that make up Mexico City, I guess. And like Condesa, for instance, that one is famous. I'm familiar with that one, but I've never been to Mexico City except a short layover to Tequila, to Guadalajara. So, but yeah, it kind of celebrates Spanish colonialism and.
Coyoacán, San Angel, Roma Condesa.
Yeah, those are only 3. I don't even know the other 10. Maybe, you know what? If you're watching us in Mexico City or you're watching us locally, write us. If you're watching us on YouTube, write us a note. Fill us in, because I have not been to Mexico City except as a layover. That's it. And you know, that's a 45-minute layover, and you're done. You're gone. They are actively seeking importation. So if you're an importer watching this, this is a medal winner, folks. I'm telling you. I'm gonna go right there, man. I'm gonna just go brand of promise.
Absolutely.
This is, yeah. I wouldn't even mix it. They try to tell you that you could do some food pairing with it, and I don't even know if probably because it leans a little bit toward the sweet side. So I would do maybe like bitter chocolates, so that you don't add sweetness to it. You do a compare and contrast. You know, pairing like bitter chocolates with a higher cacao percentage. You know, anything over 70 maybe. I don't even know if I would pair a cigar with this. I honestly don't think I could.
Yeah, I don't know if I do the bitter chocolate either.
Really? Would you do it with or nuts or something?
I feel like the chocolate could end up, you know, kind of coating the palate where you couldn't really be able to enjoy this as much.
The nose is spectacular, and it just when you think it's going to go away, it opens up again. I haven't even repoured. This is like the same pour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to know more. I want to know what they're aging their aged spirits in, and then which one of those they're using to make this Joven. And then who's doing the barrel management? I can't read. They've got the name of the master distiller or the distilled by, but I don't know who that is. I can't read the signature. It's there's not a whole lot of room on your label, so you can't. I don't know. I'm going to have to put the word out to Jose Aceves and find out if maybe he's involved. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm flying blind here, folks, but I'm telling you, this
might be fun with some mild citrus with some of that spiced salt.
Hmm. 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 Oh, God.
Because I wouldn't want to have anything with this where the flavors are stronger than what's in here.
Well, in that case, I wouldn't even hesitate. I would hesitate even pairing it with food in general, like a any even fish. It's just this is so instead of that extra añejo that you may or may not want after dinner, this would be great for after dinner, I think.
Or what about some ceviche with black corn tortillas?
Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to pinpoint because it kind of, like I said, if I said it earlier, is that you got the agave and then the wood notes and the agave and then the wood notes and it just plays in your palate,
right? You just want to sit back and watch it play, right?
Yeah. You just want to experience it and see where it goes, where it takes you, and
this is a lot of fun.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the recommendation is don't pair it with anything. Okay, taste it.
There's a few good Jovens out there, and if you like those, you definitely gotta add this to your collection. This is a highlight.
Yeah, it is. I totally agree. Brand of Promise nominee in that Joven category. Look them up. 13 Colonias. If you've had it, if you paid for it, tell us what you paid for. If you're in Mexico now or you're planning to go, get yourself a bottle of this stuff, okay? I'm telling you right now, you will not be sorry. It's got enough character for guys. It's got pleasant sweetness for the gals. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I wish I knew more. I'd like to thank Elizabeth Palma for making this happen for us. She moved heaven and earth to get it to us because it ain't here yet, folks. Hey, Zach, you need to get this. Zach at Old Town.
Zach, it's sweet. It's sweet.
Zach. God, this needs to be in Southern California. It's got to be wherever all those destination locations, New York, Florida, LA. You got to get this.
Vegas.
This is a real thing, man. Anyway, that's our take on Tequila 13 Colonias. Hang in there. We're going to do the reposado here shortly. I'm Mike Morales here in the San Gabriel Valley of West Covina, Baldwin Park. And that guy out there is
Rick Levy in the San Pasqual Valley of Escondido, California.
You have been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. Please follow us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Pinterest. Yeah, get it now. Follow us. Just don't follow me physically because then I'm going to have to call you.
There's no red button for that, my friend.
Yeah, there's no red button for that. But anyway, subscribe. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.